week 2 at the Hard Rock. Your Miami Hurricanes took on Bethune Cookman. It was a blow, but we did get some things out of it. Marcus, first of all, Carson Beck, 15 for 15, breaking that record. Obviously, that was a big thing. He talked about it. He was all smiles when they asked about it, which is different because last year they kind of, when you asked Cam Ward about something, he was just like, whatever. But congratulations to Carson. Talk about what you saw from Carson Beck today.
Yeah, I liked what I saw from Carson Beck. He looked like a veteran QB out there. He was efficient. No real mistakes from him. He threw the ball deep. He started this game off with a beautiful pass to C.J. Daniels for a touchdown. You'd like to see that from your veteran quarterback. So I liked what I saw from him. I think he can be a Heisman candidate, just from what we saw from him from 2 games.
That's really soon.
Yeah, it is. But, if you're going to say that, Carson Beck is one of the best quarterbacks, I'm not going to argue with that. I'm not going to argue with that at all, especially with Miami being a top 5 team. I know you're probably thinking I'm being a homer saying that. Maybe I am. But at this point of the season, after week 2, you got to give it to Carson Beck. He set that record like you said. Mm-hmm. I mean, that record stood until the 80s, you wasn't even born by that time, So I think it was an efficient game by him. Mm-hmm. I liked what I saw from the different receivers that got into the game.
Absolutely.
Dalen Upshaw got into this game, made a couple of catches. I already mentioned C.J. Daniels, Ray Joseph.
How was Ray today for you? What do you think?
I thought he was pretty decent. I thought he probably should have scored on a one play where Emory Williams overthrew him. Mm-hmm. He was wide open on that play. He was wide open on another play as well where Emory Williams kind of rolled out to the right and he just didn't see him. He was wide open in the corner.
Yeah.
So Malachi Toney started this game off with a bang.
Baby Jesus, definitely.
So I really like from what I saw from the receivers. But I think one of the big stories was the running game as well.
Yeah.
So what did you think about this running back room and what it can do for the rest of the season?
I think Coach Merritt and Coach Shannon Dawson does a great job with utilizing the running backs, kind of sort of same as they did last year with the rotation. But Mark Fletcher had a big game. He had 2 today. We also had Marty Brown. And the freshman, Pringle, scoring a touchdown today. So shout out to both of them. But it was just nice seeing different people and those guys actually, getting some snaps and getting into the game. Because I think it's important, you know what I mean? I think especially guys like Gerard Pringle getting in and scoring his first college touchdown. So shout out to him. But, I mean, very efficient with the run game this game. It was really good to see. I think the offense in general was efficient today, very efficient. Yeah. It was some good plays, but it was a lot of run plays, a lot of run. But hey, it was a win.
Yeah, that's a Mario Cristobal team though, like power run game. Mm-hmm. The one play where they had a goal line, like when you play NCAA, you play goal line. Yeah. Like I haven't seen that in a while. Like all the players were on the goal line. I was like, wow, that is the epitome of a Mario Cristobal offense, in my opinion.
Did you see anything that you felt like maybe the offense could have, done better? They were 5 for 5 in the red zone attempts. So I mean that was sufficient. 3rd down conversions were good as well. High percentage. So
yeah, I didn't really see a lot of creativity, I guess you could say. Okay. I guess against Bethune you don't really need it so much. And you don't want to kind of give away too much for your future opponents. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of the one thing for me. But I have nothing bad to say about this offense. I thought it was really efficient. I thought Emory looked pretty good when he got in. I would have liked to seen Luke Nickel get into this game to really kind of see what he can do against a Bethune team. But, unfortunately, we didn't see him in this game. But what we did see was Bryce Fitzgerald get his first interception.
Yep.
So
that was huge.
Yeah, and it was on a 4th down play. Yes. It was critical.
Bethune was in the red zone. They were looking to score on that drive. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Right. So for them to shut down that possible scoring drive, and for Bryce to, Bryce has been making a lot of plays.
Yeah.
You know, was in the Notre Dame game as well. He played in that game, makes a play here. So Miami got one with Bryce Fitzgerald.
Yeah, most definitely saw a lot out of the younger guys today, which, I mean, I think if
To be
we were
expected.
to see, if we were to see the younger guys perform, which this would have been the game. One guy that we did not see today was JoJo Trader. Trader was not on the sideline. He did not. I mean, he just wasn't here.
Yeah.
Not 100% sure what exactly is going on with JoJo, but
Well,
we did
Cristobal said something, right?
we did ask Cristobal in the press conference. He just said he was banged up this week, and he just
always says that,
wasn't-
though.
Yeah, banged up. Who knows what banged up means? But
Yeah, he always says that.
so I did not see JoJo. Hopefully we see him next week against USF. That's going to be a big game.
Yeah, all of a sudden that is a big game because we saw them beat the not so mighty Florida Gators today. Oh man, like I ain't gonna lie,
I watched the end.
You
They
did?
won by a field goal. Yep.
Yeah, I was watching it too. I'm not gonna lie to you. I took the points and I didn't need them.
Yep.
You know,
Ooh.
I didn't need them points because they won outright.
What?
USF is a really good team.
Yeah.
They've looked efficient in the first two games, so Miami better be ready for that team next week.
You know what I'm interested to see is what number they rank, because they're not ranked right now.
Yeah, they
But
should be, though.
I'm pretty sure after beating Florida, they will be ranked. And then the Gators have LSU, so I'm guessing they're going to, after LSU, and then they see us. I
Yeah.
mean, they see Miami Hurricanes. After, so so it'll be interesting to see like what happens next week.
Yeah,
coming
and with
into
the
game.
rankings as well. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how the LSU game turned out, but I know it was close. Miami could
How
be
did
a
you feel
top
about
three
number
team,
5?
maybe.
How did you feel about number 5?
I felt good about it.
Yeah.
I feel like they're solid at number 5. I feel like maybe there could be a couple of teams that could maybe challenge for that. Oregon looked really good today, so they could be, in the top 5 too. Georgia did not look good. Maybe they're missing Carson Beck, but we're happy to have him.
You guys tell us, what number do you think Miami should be ranked at after this win, week 2 win, and after every other win that we saw this week? So let us know. Let us know in the comments where Miami should be after this week. They face on USF the next week, so I'm very interested to see how that goes.
Yeah, definitely. Overall, I think this game was very status quo, though. It was status quo as far as like what you expected from the team. 45-3 seems very status quo of what this game would turn out to be. Carson Beck being inefficient, you're expecting that.
Right.
So what you like from the Hurricanes is that they're meeting expectations. Before, in these past couple of years, sometimes they did not meet expectations, and you're often disappointed at what you saw on this field. So I think the standard of the Miami Hurricanes is being met. So that's what I like to see from this team, and that's what we're seeing this season.
Awesome. Well, we'll be here next week against the Bulls. Last year, we were in Tampa last year.
We were in Tampa.
They were pretty hyped, but that became a blow.
Yeah, in the end.
Yeah.
And I do want to say the quarterback, Byron Brown, was hurt in that game. He got hurt in that game. That's why it kind of got out of hand. I don't think people really remember that. Byron Brown got more experience. He's going to come and try to prove himself. Miami has some trouble with running quarterbacks at times, but we'll see what they can do on this field here next week
and
at
we'll
Hard
talk
Rock
more
Stadium.
about that. We'll talk about more about that in our podcast. Definitely,
For sure.
In this coming week, just diving into the Miami Hurricanes, just with details on what we thought in the game, as well as other things that we'll talk about. But for sure, we'll be here next week.
For sure.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's going to wrap it up for this instant reaction here from Hard Rock Stadium. Benjamin, Casz, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, the On Game Podcast.